All right, hopefully you can hear me. We're going to get started with this. So here's what you missed. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. So you see this H1 right here. Basically, that means that it's going to make it the biggest size heading that it can. That's what you see over here. Then you see the thing that says this is a paragraph, right? So notice there's like a space between this is a heading and this is a paragraph. That's because we use the paragraph tag. So for example, if I just write, here's a cheeseburger, and I hit run, it's going to be on a separate line. But then if I follow up with, and here's a donkey, I don't know, random stuff. Notice it shows up on the same line. Okay, so if I want to make sure that each thing is its own paragraph, I got to make sure I use the paragraph tag. Okay, that's what these are called, by the way, tags, the things inside the little brackets. So now when I do this, ta-da, everything is its own line. Beautiful, wonderful. All right, I'm getting rid of this. So that's that. Here's what else you missed. So if I start with B, that's for bold, and so I'm going to say bold. Alrighty, and then I'm going to say italics. Okay. Notice how I'm doing the tags, so it's got a slash at the end of it. Then I'm going to say underline. Okay. So now when I hit run, notice this is bold, this is italics, this is underline. That's it. That was a whole class period. It's also totally possible to do multi-tags. And if you're like, multi-tags, what you talking about? Let me show you. So I could be like, paragraph, to do, okay? And then I could be like, I want the word burrito, okay, to be its own paragraph, all right? But wait, I also want burrito to be bold. And then I'm like, all right, cool. But wait, I also want burrito to be italicized. Okay, all right, well, that's fine. We can do that. Oh, did that wrong. Boop. And then I could be like, wait, I also want burrito underlined. So you can like throw on as many tags in there as you want, as long as you do it right. And so notice you see that I made the word burrito bold, italicized, and underlined. So all I wanted you to learn from that was multiple things can happen at once. Okay, so that's it. That's 2 days worth of stuff that I showed you. You can also do, what was the other thing that we did? Images, right? So if I want to put an image, it'd be like, this here is an image, yo. Okay, I'm going to go look at Twilight. Just picking a random thing. Hopefully they don't take it down this time. YOLO. Nope, that's Amazon. We're not risking it. Wikipedia. So I'm going to copy the image address. So notice I went to the picture, I clicked it, I right-clicked it, and then I went image address. So here's how I'm going to put my picture on there. It always starts off with img src equals, quote, paste that, quote, and then make sure you put your little bracket there. So now you put the picture in there. Ta-da! Notice it's like attached to the picture. Remember, if you want it to be its own line, you always got to put the paragraph tag. Okay? Oh, dagnabbit. Okay, so there. Oh my goodness! There it is. That's that. Ahí está. The other thing that we went over was embedding YouTube videos. So if we go into YouTube, we picked any random video, so I'm always choosing the lo-fi video. I'm going to mute that. You're like, boom, share. It's going to say embed. Then it's going to give you this stuff here. This is the easiest way to embed a video. Okay? Copy it. Come over here and just paste it. When you hit run, there's the video. If I want to make it smaller, I can change this in here. And see, I made it smaller. And this will play the video inside there. And then the other thing that you might have missed is the lists thing that I keep talking about. So lists are pretty straightforward in the sense that, hey, if I want to be like, here are things I want to avoid. Okay, now, there's two types of lists, and I'm going to write it. Now I'm going to have to write it up down here. Okay, so there's unordered lists. And when unordered lists are created, there's like bullets. So LI, list of things I want to avoid. Debt. What's another thing I want to avoid? Getting my heart broken again. YOLO. We can laugh about that. We're fine now. What's another thing I want to avoid? My parents. Just kidding. What if I said my mean uncle? Yeah, pretty mean. Alright, cool. So there's some things I want to avoid, and then when I'm done with my list, right? When I'm done, I gotta finish and close out with a UL. Okay, so when I hit run, ta-da! Okay. If I wanted to make this a numbered list, this is the only other thing that I showed y'all, is I would just change the UL to an OL, and that's it. And now it makes numbers. And that's pretty much everything that we've learned up to this point. I showed you the links, showed you the lists, showed you the bold, the italics, the underline. I guess the only other thing that the only other thing that I showed y'all was about linking like words. So if I wanted, you know how people are always like, hey, did you want to see how to make $1 million? Click here, right? And so that here, yeah, that'll work. That's fine. We can do that. So I'm going to take a random link. I'm going to use code.org for this one. So if I want to make this a link, I go, whoops, right, open ahref equals, quote, paste the link that you're going to use, quote, close that there, and then over here, you got to make sure you close this. And if you're like, why are you doing that? It's because I'm telling the computer, hey, when you make the link, stop it with this word, okay? If you don't tell it to do that, and you just like leave it blank, chances are it won't work. Or it'll just keep going. So if he was like, here, on the only page guaranteed to make you money, right? So if you do that, notice it makes the whole thing a link. But if I just want that one word to be a link, then I'd be like, ta-da, click here. Okay. But yeah, that's it. Thank you. Hopefully this explains and helps. And if it doesn't, let me know.